companies sometimes change languages, along the way. But I feel like the initial language chosen tends to have.
I heard there were debates in Stripe about, or one of our co-founders interned at Stripe early on. Or not early on in Stripe's history, early on in kind of our collective personal history. And he remembers there being documents upon documents about a potential Java migration.
Yeah. So that partly happened, as in we have rewritten a bunch of key services in Java. So some services for which, throughput in particular is really important. And if you torture Ruby enough, and maybe rewrite parts of it, parts of some hot paths in C or something, you can get it to be pretty fast. But you're often fighting against the allocator and various parts of even just like Ruby strings are not that efficient and stuff. So we've rewritten certain services in Java, and now we use both.
Why did you consider anything other than Mongo, and why did you pick Mongo early on? And what was the RFP process, decision-making process for that?
It was just me and John.
Yes.
So
okay.
We were sitting on the couch, just like choose Mongo. Yeah, fine.
Did they get through to you with like a blog? Or was it just the reputation of Mongo at the time and open source communities? Something else?
I think it was. So I wrote a data store for our prior company, an object-based data store, and I didn't really like SQL. I thought there was too much of a translational kind of mismatch between the domain of the application and that which SQL natively makes expressible. And so with SQL, obviously, you have to collapse down into a relatively restricted set of primitive forms, whereas in your application, you might have a concept of, let's say in the case of Stripe, of money that doesn't like exactly comport with how the particular SQL database you're using happens to represent money, or whatever the case might be. And so I just had this like principled objection to SQL. I'm not endorsing this or saying it was good, but as this interview shows, I suppose, I had all sorts of strange notions about technology. And with Stripe, we wanted to be more